Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Another episode of Habari Live. Habari Ghani, my people. Welcome, man. Let's get this stuff going. It's been a crazy week, man, in the news. Crazy week in politics. We are thrilled to bring you the latest edition of Habari Live, your go-to podcast for the pulse of Phoenix and beyond. And as always, we're all the way live in Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Damon Ellison and my co-host
Iesha
will be your guide through the exciting stories and everyday happenings in our vibrant community, your weekly dose of inspiration, innovation, and insightful conversations from the heart of our city of Phoenix, Arizona. All right, man, let's go. We're going to get into some crazy stuff today, man, because it's been a crazy week. And, it's crazy, man. No one deserves to get shot down while they're trying to debate and speak. That's the number one thing we want to say. No one. And we want an America where people can go and they can debate and they can talk to people and they can do these things safely. Everyone wants these people. Everyone. I don't know of one person who wants a country when you're walking down the street that you can just be shot in the head or shot in the throat. No one wants those things, man. Everybody wants everyone to be able to live a good life. Now, do we all agree on what the man lived for? No, we're not going to agree on that. You know, I've argued with people all week. We're not going to agree on that. We're not going to agree. But we all can agree that no one wants an America where you can't sit in the college and talk to people without being afraid of getting shot. Now that's just crazy, man. I don't want a country like that. I don't want that, man. That's why I've always preached for tougher gun laws and tougher gun legislation. I've been a adamant advocate against these guns, man, because I've lost a lot. I lost a lot of friends, family to guns. And I have strong disliking for these things, for these tools that are used for death. And everyone in the world, man, no one wants that to happen to them. No one wants that to happen to somebody that they care about. No one wants to see that happen to their family or friends, people that they go to church with. They all want to see them come home, man. And I think we all can agree on that. We may not agree on everything, but we can definitely agree on that, man. Now, do I like the rhetoric that's been coming out? Everyone yelling and screaming so fast. It's the left. Liberals, they're doing this, they're doing that. It's them. That was disgusting, especially from leadership. Now, I online, and you understand people like that online. You know, they wild. People just say anything. But for leadership, Nancy Mace and Trump to come out and start talking about the radical left before the person was even caught is every time as soon as we get started. It's crazy. No leader should be dividing us even more in such a fragile time, man. Such a fragile situation where so many people just watch something so ridiculous, so horrific, horrendous. I mean, no one wants to see, man. That was just, man, that was terrible, dude. I've never seen anything like it. And it definitely was terrible, terrible, terrible to see something like that, man, and play that video. No one wants to be that. No one wants to see that, man. We all live and we all want to be able to speak out in the open and talk to people and engage with the community. But if people feel as though this is going to happen if someone doesn't like me, man, people are going to stop coming out and talking into the community. People are going to stop the bravery that you need to be able to come out here and talk to people anymore, is because people don't like you. They're going to try to take you out, man. And that's insane to me. I don't know about others, but to me, that's insane, man. I want to have respect for everyone, man. But it's hard to respect some people because some people, they live in the bubble of hate. They live in a bubble of evil. They think that evil and hate is the answers to everything. And there's something we got to do to change these people, hopefully, or we're going to see a lot more of what we saw this week, man. We wake up every day to violence and killings and destruction. We don't want to see that in our politics, man. We see enough violence to not want it in the places that we know or that we hold dear. And we hope to be able to debate and have arguments, talk our situations out. We can't have it where people are just getting upset and going to their guns, and it can't be, violence can't be the answer for everything. Now, it's been a lot of people upset because of the reactions from the left of Mr. Kirk's death, because of his rhetoric, the things that he stood on. A lot of people were really, really against, and they didn't like the ugly language. A lot of people didn't like it, man. They didn't like the ugly language, and it's a lot of people like, oh, well, that doesn't matter. Man, how somebody lived, how someone lived does, it matters. How you live matters, man. How you treat other people and how you talk to other people matters. I mean, I don't understand when we came to this place where we don't care about what other people think. My opinion is so heavy that I don't care about what you are feeling about my opinion. I know my opinion is hate, but I'm going to keep saying it because I think it's true. What? Just like I was telling my lady today, I saw a girl or someone is ugly. You think that they are not a good looking person. And you think that is fact. You're going to walk up to them and say it to their face and think you're not going to have consequences because you think it's a fact? I mean, I hear people online, well, it's a fact. It's a fact. Just because you think it's true does not make it okay to say these things that are hurtful to someone else. I know words aren't supposed to hurt. I know a lot of people think, what are words? But man, dude, enough words can move the country in the wrong direction. Enough words can move a person to killing, obviously. We all know what bullying is. We talk about it all the time. We try to teach our kids not to bully. But who do I see bullying them the most? Adults. Grown people bullying people online, talking trash to other people who don't agree with them, wanted to talk down to others, talk down about other cultures, talk down to other ethnicities because you don't agree with the way they live or you don't like the way they live. It's not about you, right? Everything can't be about you. Some things in this world are about other people. And it's just isn't about you. But that's not the country we live in. Some people think that what they say is more important than how people feel. But like I said, saying evil things unfortunately have evil consequences. It's a terrible world we live in. We know it. It's been like this since the beginning. Abraham Lincoln, he came to a position in life where he thought that slavery needed to end, period. He wasn't there in the beginning, but he got there. And he said, man, we got to do something to change things. What's up, brother? And he maybe not have believed at first that slavery needed to go away, but he got there and he did what he needed to do to make sure that slavery was gone. So I mean, a lot of people did die to end slavery. A lot of people died to keep slavery around. But you gotta, man, people fought and died and did whatever they could to make these things happen, man. Nobody's comparing that dude to Lincoln. That is not what I'm doing. Stop it. I am not comparing. I'm just saying the situations and how things go. Dude stood for good things, but a lot of people didn't agree with what Lincoln was saying. They wanted him killed. They wanted the man killed because they didn't agree that slavery should be abolished. So they killed him for doing something that was right. You know, and I mean, no one wants to see anybody die, man. We all want people to be able to go and debate, like I said. But when your speech is all about evil and hate, sometimes you get the consequences of that, man. We have to stop hating each other. The guy loved to talk about black on black crime and how black people, there's no racism, that didn't exist. He loved talking about those things, but I never heard him say anything that was a solution. I never heard a solution from your boy, from Mr. Kirk. I never heard that. I never heard of answers for the problems. He loved to point out what black people do and what they say, but he never had a solution for any problems that he said was all on black people. Because to him, racism that didn't exist. So, you know, it's something that we must know. And a lot of people, you know, are arguing with a lot of people who are going to tell me, oh, dude wasn't racist. He's talking about black people with low IQ. You know, the things that he said were horrendous, man. And I'm not taking up for what he said, man. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to protect what he said. But I also don't think that dude that shouldn't have happened to him like that. That's messed up. Because no one wants that shit to happen to anybody that they care about. And that's the main parts. So, I mean, I don't want to make light of any of this stuff, man. This stuff is big, man. This is a big deal. And we want to be able to have conversations without people getting to the point of anger where they want to make sure that the next person is dead or dying or getting shot. I mean, we got to do better as Americans, man. That's what we're doing. We have to do better. But it has to start with our leadership. And our leadership didn't show the way when it comes to the president. The president had a chance on Fox News to denounce everything, and what did he do? He doubled down on liberals, even though they knew who the killer was. They knew the killer came from a Republican family. Trump still doubled down, still talking about the crazy leftist liberals. And we all know, if you look at the amount of crime that's coming from the right, I'm not saying none is coming from the left, because it has happened. There have been people from the left that has done crazy shit, but overwhelmingly, it's right wingers. Something you guys are doing over there, man. You guys are speaking, you guys are preaching a lot of hate over there, man. And then you're doing it behind the whims of the Bible. That's the crazy part. They're talking about Jesus and Christ. And then in the same sentence, talking bad about people. You want to denounce crime. You want to denounce, thank you. I don't know what that is. Cody Locks Productions. Thank you. We appreciate you. Tell me you haven't watched Kirk. I have watched him, man. I watched a lot of his debates. I watched him get murdered. I shouldn't say murdered. I watched him get killed in the debate. He lost debates. My bad. He lost debates in Britain. I watched all of them when he was in England. I watched some of his debates when he was in the colleges. I've seen the clips, man, of bro. He was strongly adamant that black people had low IQs, and the only reason we are struggling is because we are dumb. He stood on that. The man stood on that. He didn't. He was a person of Christ supposedly, but he stood on that. So I don't know, man. If I don't know what to say about that stuff, man. You know, we live in a world where Republicans, they shit on Martin Luther. Some of them shit on. Now I'm gonna say all of them, but this guy, he shit on Martin Luther King. Mm-hmm. He shit on George Floyd. All these people have people that cared about him. All these people. So it's a little different to me that we're gonna sit here and talk about all these people, family, while he shit on the dead. All this week we've been seeing Republicans talk, oh, you should respect him. This guy didn't respect people who were living, who went through the same, who died tragically. He didn't respect them. He called George Floyd a scumbag. Mm-hmm. We don't care if George Floyd wasn't a great person. It was the way he died. We don't care if he wasn't perfect. He didn't go around spewing racism. He wasn't perfect, but the dude didn't deserve to die by the hands of the people that were supposed to be protecting us. That's where we stood with George Floyd. And it's not that we thought that. We didn't even know the dude. We're not even looking to his life. They're like, oh, he was a drug addict, scumbag. Like, wow. Yeah, dude wasn't perfect, man. But he wasn't running around hating people. And a lot of people disliked this man. Disliked him because of what he was. We had Candace Owens. You had Kirk, the right, just saying all type crazy stuff about people. We had, even when it goes all the way back to Michael Brown, the way the people was talking about Michael Brown and even the kid with the Skittles, the one in Florida with Zimmerman. Mm-hmm. Trayvon. There was no sympathy for that kid. They didn't care. They laughed. It was jokes and memes about it. People were really cruel, man. So it's tough to take it from conservatives to say that we want sympathy and empathy and all these things when they never ever gave that to anyone else. Now I'm gonna, like I said, how I began this. I have empathy because that is messed up. But it's just hard for me to stand by a person and stand by what he lived for. I can't stand by that, man. I just can't do that. It's just too much hate, man. It's too much racism. You know, I saw a lot of conservatives. He's not racist. We're not racist. I know you guys don't want to be called racist. I don't know why the word racist is so tough to you guys. You don't want that word. You know, I see a lot of people on our side. They don't want that word either. They've changed the definition of the word. No one wants to be racist or have anything to do with racism, but they love to say racist stuff. So that's what I don't get. Go ahead, kick it off.
I don't have your script, but yeah. Good morning, you guys. I'll just go ahead and do my rundown. That's fine.
Yeah. Just do
that. This week, it's been a lot of news happening, but Some things that caught my eye included a 13-year-old boy with school shooter ideations. He was arrested and had guns and writings. It was in Pierce County, Washington, the Tacoma area. And he was arrested after police said they found a collection of secured and unsecured weapons, loaded magazines, with writings about a school shooter scenario, clothes and writings reinforcing the mass shooting fantasy he had. And he allegedly had made threats to kill um, people and said that, he was going to do this at a school. The boy has pled not guilty to multiple charges, including threats and unlawful possession of firearms.
Where was this at?
Washington, Tacoma, the Tacoma area.
Goodness. I mean, we're in some tough times, man. These kids are listening to their parents, and when their parents are talking about guns and what they would do to somebody, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna shoot this person here, he did this, I'm gonna shoot him up, come in my house, I got my thing. They are listening to that stuff. The parents, they think that they're not pushing down a violent ideology to their kids, but they're wrong. The kids are listening to y'all. They're seeing your post. They're picking up what you're putting down. And what they see is violence is the answer to everything. And it's because of us as parents that these kids think this way. We go online, we talk evil about groups, we hate people. Just the vitriol, the way people talk about each other. And you think these kids aren't seeing this stuff? Yes, they are seeing it. And they're picking it up. And they're taking it to their school when the person at school don't agree with them. Just because somebody don't agree with you doesn't mean they need to be shot up. And that's what's going on nowadays, man, because these kids are seeing this stuff. They're picking it up, man. And they're saying to themselves, man, this is the answer. Guns are the answer.
Okay, give me just one moment.
Is it not on Bluetooth?
No, it's not. All right. What's your name, sir?
It's Discoverable. Go ahead and connect to it.
All right.
Yeah. So, I mean, like she said, we're glad that you're with us today. The conversation is not an easy one, but it's a necessary one. Yo, thanks for calling. What's up?
Yo, you guys are straight cat, bro. You saying that people that support Charlie are racist when you got people all over the country that support Charlie. Y'all call them motherfuckers racist and they ain't even racist, bro.
Really?
You got people that listen. How are you going to call us racist when we listen to Dave East and Nipsey Hussle, but we support Charlie Kirk too? Like, y'all straight cap. Y'all don't even know the full story. That these Mormons, these satanic Mormons from Utah, Masonic 33, the governor even said he prayed for 33 hours. That's Freemasonry, bro. These are the Sabbatine Frankists, bro. These are the Sabbatine Frankists. The Mormons in Utah are trying to hasten the coming of the Antichrist, bro. You could look this shit up. September 23rd, they're trying to rebuild the temple in Israel. Look it up, bro. Sabbatine Frankism. Yeah, it's the Illuminati, bro.
I'm not into those kind of crazy conspiracy theories.
Yeah, you're not into crazy conspiracies because you're wrong, bro. You're straight wrong. You're straight cat. You think everything's physical when it's a spiritual battle too.
Right.
Kirk was not racist. He preached Jesus. He preached Jesus in black communities, and he preached fathers in the home. How is that racist? Because it's the truth,
brother. We see that's what I'm saying. That's the first thing I led off with. Why do you have to tell black people how to fix their situation?
I'm black, bro. What are you talking about? Why do I have to tell black people?
That's not what is Charlie Kirk. Is Charlie Kirk black?
I'm telling my own community.
Was Charlie Kirk black?
Number one, Jesus was
Charlie
not white,
Kirk
bro.
black. Charlie Kirk is telling us how to fix our neighborhoods. When white on white crime is the problem.
White on white crime, bro. What are you even saying right now? You make no sense. White on white crime.
Yes.
He was a Mormon. Bro. You're saying he was a Republican.
But he was also white, though, right?
Leftist Mormon.
Mormons are very Republican, bro.
What the hell does it have to be with him being white if he was a Mormon? There's satanic black people. There's satanic white people.
Mormons are Christians.
Christian Zionists.
There's Christian sect.
Mormons are Christian Zionists. In the 1800s, the U.S. government went to war with the Mormons in Utah. So what are you even saying, bro? You need a history lesson.
I know.
You don't even know what you're saying.
I know why the Mormons are in Utah. They was ran out of Illinois. I know why they're there.
No, because they went there to start their own country. You could look.
They were ran out of Illinois.
Everyone that's listening, no, bro.
They
that's
were.
Why the U.S. That's
they
why
were
they
locking
tried
up
to go
John
to war
Smith
with
in
the
Illinois.
US government.
They were locking up, bro,
because
in Illinois.
What? He was a Christian Zionist, bro.
They made
he
up.
was a Christian Zionist.
They made up a different, religion, but people wasn't with.
Yeah, exactly. A different religion. In ties with Israel to hasten the coming of the Antichrist, bro.
Yeah,
it's called Sabbatean Frankism. It originated in Moravia in 1666. Exactly, bro, because you're delusional, bro. You think it's just a spiritual, you think it's a physical battle when it's spiritual too, bro. Right. You need to check your facts.
No,
you need to check your facts. You straight wrong. You saying bro's racist? You saying people that support Charlie Kirk are racist when we support the black community too, bro.
He did not support the black community. What did he do for the black community? Candace Owens is the biggest racist in the country. She's racist against Jews. She's racist against black people. She is racist, very racist. Yes.
She's racist against her own kind.
Yes,
that
she
makes
is.
no sense,
she
bro.
is one of the
that
biggest.
No
I can name them. There's many of them.
I hope all your viewers see how stupid your ideology is, bro.
Right.
I'm racist against my own people. That makes no sense, bro.
You don't think there's people that's for white supremacy that are black? What are you talking about? There's many of them.
What?
There are black people that fought for the Confederate Army,
so there's
bro.
Black people
there are black people that own slaves.
Are white supremacists.
Yes,
okay,
they are.
Ruckus. What are we talking about? The
yeah, Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus was one of them.
Bro.
There was many of them. Many of them.
Like who?
Who are black? I just named one. The main one is Candace Owens.
Besides Candace Owens, then name one.
Tim Scott. Another one.
Tim Scott, bro. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What's your next one going to be? Brandon Tatum? Y'all got the same script.
They're all racist, bro. They're all against their own people.
Who's paying you, bro? Yeah, they're racist, bro.
They are.
That makes so much sense.
When racism is the most of your statements, when you're always talking about black people all the time, when you're not black,
bro,
that means you are racist.
People go up to him and ask him questions. He doesn't decide what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. So that just goes to show that you don't even know what you're saying, bro. Because if someone goes up to him and decides to ask him a certain question, that doesn't mean that he's sitting there talking about it. Okay. That means that the person asked him the question and he's responding to it.
But his responses are always racist, though.
That black communities need Jesus and fathers in the household. Is that true or false?
Why the killer yesterday? He had a father and a mother, and he still killed someone.
Because he was a fucking psychopath that was radicalized.
So the father's in the house is mess. We had a kid who just went and killed up 3 people in Colorado. Had father,
Are we
mother,
not talking about the black community and not the killer who was radicalized by fucking far left people, bro?
What I'm saying is this: when you have problems in your community, but only thing you want to do is focus on the community across the street, there's a problem.
We're the same community, bro. I'm from Tompkinsville. I'm from next to the Staten Island Ferry. You're crazy, bro.
We are a very segregated country.
I'm from Wu-Tang, bro.
America's
what are you even saying, bro? You're delusional.
America is very segregated, my brother. Is it not?
Yeah, okay, it's segregated.
America is very segregated. There are black neighborhoods, Chinese neighborhoods, Italian neighborhoods. America is very segregated.
People assimilate the people of their culture. They're more comfortable living around people of their culture.
Why are they more comfortable?
What are you even saying, bro? That's not racism. That's called comfortability.
Why are they more comfortable around people that look like them?
Because they grew up with them.
Because of racism.
Their family members are that.
Because of racism.
They're racist? Yes. Because maybe their families and community values.
All right,
what? If someone... exactly, bro. You're delusional, bro.
What's your name, brother?
Coco. Coco.
Thanks for calling in,
Coco.
Coco.
I support Davies. I support Nipsey Hussle, and I support Charlie Kirk. And you're delusional as hell, bro.
That's a crazy.
You're delusional as hell.
That's a crazy mix,
that's crazy,
brother.
bro.
But I have
that's a crazy mix. But I'm real, and you're fake as hell, bro. You spreading lies. Why don't you look up Sabbatean Frankism? But you won't,
what
bro.
Is it, religion?
But you won't.
Because I'm not doing any.
Oh yeah, you're not religious. You're not religious now. All of a sudden. Because you don't want to look at the full story, bro. Okay, September 23rd.
Have a good day, bro. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah, okay, bro. You stupid.
For sure. Next caller, what's up? Did they hang up?
Yes, hold on.
We got another caller here.
Thank you for calling Habari Live.
You hung up. Okay. So tonight, man, we're talking about the violence in America, man. The school shootings that keep. We got another caller.
Thank you for choosing Habari Live.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, I just want to give you a call and talk about what you're talking about. You're saying that Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens are all racist, right?
Yes. Their ideology towards black people is racist, definitely.
Okay, so could you give me an example of something that they did or said that you would consider racist?
I mean, for Charlie Kirk, he said Obama, Michelle Obama, and Candace, not Candace. What's the old girl name from Texas?
Joy Reid.
Yeah, Joy Reid. He had a lot of people in there, and then he said the only reason they're in that position is because of DEI, and they do not have enough intelligence, and they're taking the spot from a white man. Now that is enough for me to know. And he said a lot more things, a lot more crazy things. We don't have to go through all the things the man has said.
Well, let's stick on Joy Reid. Do you know that Joy Reid admits to her spot being given to her via DEI? You know, she admits that on her own, right?
But brother, you don't understand what DEI is. DEI is not handing someone a job because of their color. It's saying I am not going to discriminate against someone because of their color. She is saying she was given an opportunity because they are open to equality and inclusiveness in the company that she was hired in. That's all she was saying.
No, I know what she was saying, but do you know what DEI is?
Yes, I just told you. DEI means that the company is open and inclusive to all. It will not make hiring practices based on race, and it's illegal to hire on race. 1964, the Civil Rights Act made it illegal to hire someone based on skin color or religion,
or it made it illegal. Yeah, and it made it illegal to not hire someone because of their race or religion.
Exactly, both ways.
Now, how do they? Now, what is the difference between DEI and affirmative action?
Well, the main difference is affirmative action was something that was pushed from the government. DEI was something that companies wanted to put in place to show that they were inclusive to all people.
That was enacted by who?
That was enacted by no one. That was just companies.
The government.
No, it's not. It's not a government ploy. Companies decided to do DEI because they wanted to make sure that people knew that they were open to all. And if you were black, you would get promoted and your skin color would not be something that harmed you or hurt you.
So you're saying that merit only is the reason why people are getting hired or not hired, as far as you're concerned, right?
You can't hire someone for their skin color if they're breaking the law. And I don't believe that any company would go out of their way to break the law just because they want to hire a black person.
Or not hire a black person, right?
I'm sorry?
Or not hire a black person, right?
Whatever the decision is, they have to make that decision based on merit or not having the merit to be able to get that position. It can't be he's black, he's hired. That can't happen.
I understand that. Well, let's not get caught up on DEI and all that. Let's talk about you still haven't told me that she admitted it herself that she was hired for DEI. She was hired.
Yes, I agree.
She admitted it herself, right?
I agree. She was hired because the company that she worked for was inclusive and they wanted diversity. So she was given a chance. The companies that don't want diversity, they don't try to hire diverse people.
Okay. I don't want to get stuck on that because we're gonna go around in circles on that.
Right.
Now, could you tell me what did Charlie Kirk say or do that says he's racist, or Candace Owens?
I mean, Candace Owens. I mean, she might be worse than him. But I mean, to call people low IQ was one of their biggest ones that they love. That's their go-to. To say that your race is smarter than my race because of what you look like, that's racist.
You're making very broad statements. I've never heard her say that her race or any other race was because of low IQ. She's saying specific people. This is where people get wrong. You got to look at things in context, brother. Because I used to be sitting exactly where you're sitting, right? I used to take everything personal. Everything was race. Everything was about the black man, the white man, and every little buzzword that hit me was offensive to me. But the one thing that I didn't have was accountability. I didn't have accountability. I said, and when Charlie Kirk said that the 1964 Civil Rights Act was a mistake, you see these little 10-second clips, right?
Right.
And then you see these little captions. Oh, Charlie Kirk says the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. That's not what he said.
What did he say?
You got to go look at, this is what he meant by that.
Okay.
And you tell me if I'm wrong. The 1964 Act was put in place basically, like you said, to make sure that everybody was inclusive. It's basically human rights,
right? Civil rights.
Treat everybody civilly, everybody human. So you can't discriminate based on somebody's race. That would be illegal, right?
Right.
So basically, it's like this. You give somebody a position, and they're not necessarily qualified for it, or they are qualified for it. So you hope for a certain result or a certain outcome. Right. And when you don't get that certain outcome, say you have students in school who are failing, right? You fund them, and you don't get the result. Now, what is that? And the first thing you go to is because either we need more funding or it's racism, right? Now you fund them more. You keep on funding these schools. You know that we fund our students more than any people around the world, but we are not getting the results. Why are we not getting the results? The first thing we do is we go to the 1964 Civil Rights Act and we say it's because of racism. Racism becomes this big crutch. The one thing we don't do is we don't look at ourselves and say, what are we doing?
Okay.
And when somebody of another race points out, hey, this is what you guys are not doing, we get butthurt and offended because they're saying what we say every day in the neighborhood amongst each other, but it's coming from them.
Okay.
Now we don't reflect on ourselves and say, hey man, you know what? You're right. We shouldn't be killing ourselves. You're right. We should be studying. You're right. We should do what these other people have done collectively and take a self-reflection and a self-analysis of ourselves and say, what are we doing because they're telling us, Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens are telling us exactly what we should be doing the same way we know what we should be doing, but we go directly to racism.
Okay.
That's what he said. That's what he says. The 64 Act was a mistake. Not that the 64 Act was a mistake, but the sentiments that come from the 64 Act was a mistake. It gave us a bigger crutch.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you where you're incorrect and where he was incorrect. You are assuming that you're not getting a good outcome out of these neighborhoods because people are not intelligent enough. He is saying that he is putting money into these situations and he is not getting out the outcomes that he thinks he should have. Number one, black schools are one of the least funded schools in America. They are the poorest schools in America. Number one, because it goes off of the amount of tax money coming from your homes. Black people don't own homes in these areas.
Here we go.
We don't. I'm not giving excuses.
We never have. We never have those.
Yes, we have. They took our homes. When? They took our neighborhoods. They took them. They burned them down. Do you not know about all the violence from the 1920s and 1930s?
We was the most economically structured when we was the most oppressed.
Man, we had after the 1860s, we had a lot of people in place to be able to start a new government. And what happened? Jim Crow laws were put in place to stop people from voting, and they kept people from voting. And it hasn't been a black governor or senator in the South since because of gerrymandering.
You like skipping steps. Now you jumping to gerrymander and see. We like skipping steps.
How did they keep us from voting, bro? We can't vote in our own districts that we have the most people in. They taking our districts and adding them to rural areas. I'm not jumping around, bro. I'm showing you how the structure is taking power from us.
No, that's what I'm showing you. You're dismantling your own.
How?
Bruh, listen, I went straight from accountability and you went straight to removing accountability by saying, look at what they're doing.
Two things can happen at the same time, right?
But you stuck on what they doing. Two things happen at the same
time, right? You can have things that are incorrect in your neighborhood, and you can also have try to make accountability. But do you need the whole city or the whole country pointing at you, telling you what you need to do? When there's so many things that's going on in the white community that's not perfect. And that's wrong.
Now you tell me. Now you tell me.
Charlie Kirk was bringing solutions and ways to help these problems, then people wouldn't call him a racist. But when you're only bringing it up to move your point that America is not violent, because that's the only reason he would bring up black people, is to try to make sure he know that black people are violent.
You're proving my point, brother.
We do have to take accountability in our neighborhoods, and we do.
In what way?
A lot of people march every day saying that violence is bad in our community.
Not march. What does the black community need to do?
They put money into the community. There are people who are fighting for our communities. And people like you have no idea what the hell you're talking about because they are doing a lot. I'm from a community that fights for it.
I'm from a community. I'll come straight out of community, exactly the ones that you talking. You proving my point, bro, because you have not told me one solution other than pointing at them saying they doing this.
I'm telling you what the solution is. You have to invest into these neighborhoods, not just point at them and blame them.
Who needs to invest?
The whole country, everyone, and so especially us.
Hey, you proving my point, brother. We are
Americans. Why should we be? We are Americans. Why should we be the forgotten land? Do you know what happens to farmers when they fall on bad times?
You jumping, bro.
When farmers fall on bad times, who comes to help them? Who comes to help them when they fall on bad times? Who do they go cry to?
Other farmers.
No, they go cry to the government for subsidies that they get.
Do you know why the government invests in farmers though?
Because they're working. They're part of the community. And just like they should do the same thing for black communities to make sure that these black communities aren't left behind.
And has the government ever invested into the black community?
They have pretty much just taken away everything. That's all they've done.
So you don't have
our schools are getting worse and worse and worse.
So you have not one example of the government investing into the black community. I remember,
man, when I was little, Bill Clinton, he bought a whole bunch of police cars. We only had like 2 or 3 police cars in our community, in the black community at that time. He came to our city. He gave us like 3-4 police cars. And that's why black people loved him. He came down there and he didn't shit on us. He didn't say, hey, y'all are a bunch of criminals and this is what y'all need. We need to put y'all in jail. He didn't come like that. And this is the way the Republicans come nowadays.
Now you jump into Republicans.
Well, Charlie Kirk was a Republican, right?
But see how you jumping, bro? You're getting emotional and you jumping. And everybody can hear it.
I'm not.
We started out with accountability, and you immediately start pointing at other people.
And the government and other racist Americans have to take accountability for what they've done to the black neighborhoods and the black community.
When does the black community take accountability for what the blacks have done to the black community? We always take
accountability for because we know anytime a black person do something. What do you mean? Anything that happens in the black community, we take accountability for it. When the riots happen in our neighborhoods, we say, man, why are y'all tearing down y'all own neighborhood? We say that every time.
I'm talking about these kids in these schools and these kids on this corner and these niggas selling these drugs out here in this community, killing each other.
Bro, there's all type groups that's against this stuff.
Name
You
one.
just not, bro. Do I really have to go and name all the black groups?
I'm telling you, bro.
The NAACP is one of the main groups that's against
NAACP sold you out years ago.
How they sell me out? They do whatever they can to help black people in their community, and they are giving money to the black community all the time.
Bro,
how much money do they invest every year?
Do you know that the California Black Caucus just tabled, set aside, kicked out the reparations bill in California? Do you know that?
Oh my goodness. What does that mean?
You didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that, did you?
That they passed reparations for a group. Did you know they passed reparations for a group that owned the beach in California also?
That wasn't reparations. That was
reparations. They gave them their land back.
Brother.
Right. But they took it and they gave it back. It was called reparations.
It was called reparations, but it was just justice. That's all that was.
The beach
that family owned it.
Right. And they took it from them. And there's a lot of land that should be doing, giving back.
Bro, I'm telling you, I appreciate you just proving my point, because you pointed at everybody else except for the black community.
Man, the black community does not live on an island. Other people affect what we have going on in our communities. There are things that are going on that it's not just we don't run or earn or own anything. So we need why? Because they took our ownership.
They see, you pointed at everybody else.
We know who they is.
You just proved my point, bro.
We know who they is. The black community has to take care of its own. We don't need Charlie Kirk telling us what the fuck we need to do every day. We're doing what we need to do.
But he was right though, bro. And you just proved
Charlie
my point.
Kirk is not right. We have high IQ in our community.
He was right, bro. We do.
So we're right. So how are you agreeing with a dude who said that our best are dumb, and that the only reason our best have jobs is because of DEI? And if he sees a black pilot, he's gonna be worried. Like we're not smart enough to do things that are high intellect. That's what he was saying, bro.
Listen, let me tell you something, bro. We can end it on this. I just want to end it civilly because I love you. You're my brother. When he said he walks into the airplane and he sees a black pilot, it's just say it's any color except for white, right? Because
that's
diversity and equity inclusion.
That's racist.
No, it's not. Just listen. I'm gonna take you for a long walk on a short path, real quick. If diversity, equity, inclusion, DEI, if affirmative action never existed, let's pretend that, right? Mm-hmm. If it never existed, and everything was based on merit, all the top people, the top 10 people got into the top 10 positions, regardless of any race, creed, color, whatever. And that sentiment was spread across the whole United States. Everybody knew that if you got into that position, you were the best person, right? Nothing was set to the side because of you were crippled in some kind of way to say you were black, white, Asian, a woman, or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody just knew, right? So when you walk onto a plane and you see your pilot, your pilot was the top 10 in the first 10 positions. You know that, right? Everybody knows it. Mm-hmm. There was no such thing as setting aside these positions. Mm-hmm. And then you see on the news, we have to lower the standards because the top 10 are not being included in the top in the lower top 20. You have these people that fit this certain description. Mm-hmm. So we have to take away 2 spots from the top 10 to give to the bottom 15.
That is an assumption that people black are not that are not smart enough. That is assuming we aren't smart enough, my dog. That's assuming that white men are smart and we aren't.
You're getting emotional.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
You're getting emotional.
How do you know there were people who were not being hired who were white women? The only person that was able to get the jobs were white men. And then when that changes, now it's not merit anymore. How was it not? It wasn't merit in the first place because only white men were getting the jobs. So no one else even had a chance to get the situation.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity, equity, inclusion does not benefit blacks, brother. Do you know 70%?
Diversity is better.
Let me finish, bro.
This is your last point, and we out of here. Go ahead.
And I'm gonna show you that you don't do your research. You're just emotional.
Okay.
74% since since affirmative action and diversity, equity, inclusion, white liberal women have benefited from that. 74%. We are in the bottom 1% of the beneficiaries of that. Go look it up.
That doesn't matter to me, though, my brother.
I know it
doesn't matter because women were left out also. Women were not able to get jobs also. They were left behind. They weren't able to vote. They only want white men.
Why is
so many.
Why is 74% of white liberal women benefiting from DEI?
How do they, dude? Let me tell you something like this. They don't know which way they go on the liberal. They don't ask those questions at your job, my brother. Bruh. So that's an absolute lie.
You know why?
Because your affiliation of Republican or Democrat is not asked. So we know that's a lie.
Do you know why they don't ask us that?
No, they don't.
The people making the choices for the hiring are the people that were included in the 74%.
You don't ask people their political views when you hire them, dog. So that is bullshit. That is mess.
You don't have to,
How can you know the numbers if you don't even know their affiliation? That's just made up stats. If white women were the people, white women was helped the most from DEI. We know that. Right? But white women were also, those stats aren't real. Nobody knows your political leaning when you get hired, man.
So you're assuming that those stats aren't real, right?
Well, I know it's not real because no job
asks you. Know?
Have your job ever asked you what political way you're leaning, my brother?
Has anybody ever asked you if you was black and a Republican?
No one asked you that. So stop it. Now we can let you. I'm gonna let you go because I got other people.
Yeah, you just proved my point, brother.
I appreciate you calling in, brother. Have a good rest of your day.
Yeah.
Now let's go. Sorry, we got an hour of arguing. But my bad, babe. We got tonight we're talking about the violence in America, the school shootings that keep happening, the selective outrage from our political leaders, and how facts often get twisted for political gain. You see where I'm at? I'm at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. But we're also going to break down.
Unhook it from Bluetooth for now.
Habari Live.
Oh, okay. Habari Live, what's up?
What's going on, man?
How you doing, brother?
Doing all right, man. What? Two things from your last phone call, bro. Like, how can you say? Because literally, this is what you said. You said Charlie Kirk can't tell us what to do with the black community, right? Mm-hmm. And at the same time, oh, we need all this funding, this assistance, this, that. So basically, we can ask for money all day, every day, but we can't. Nobody can tell us nothing. Why is it just when we? Only thing he was telling us to do was be held accountable, bro. That's it.
Why everybody always telling us to be held accountable? Why can't they be held accountable? Why can't they be held accountable? Why is it always the black people that got to be accountable? Should they be accountable for the person that shot him? Should they also be accountable? Or is it only us that has to be accountable? Like accountability goes both ways, right?
But what does that person that shot Charlie Kirk got to do? Like, he is taking accountability. He's being apprehended.
Exactly. That's what happens in the black neighborhood all the time. Accountability, these people go to jail for what they do, but for some reason, the whole black community is held responsible for the actions of one crazy person.
For example, the lady that was unalived in North Carolina by a black man. What do you think they call black? Oh, they're just thugs and criminals. That's how they think of us. That's how they think of us. We're thugs and criminals.
But also though, if you hear from your fellow black people, even videos where they say, bro, when I step outside, I'm more worried about a black person. This is like, and this is the problem, is that when we are getting told that we have to step up this, we have to step up that, we have to take little small bits of accountability. Like we hate when other races view us as this way, but then when we do shit to display it, do stuff to display it. Sorry for excuse me, do stuff to display it. Then we want to ignore it. That's not right. No, and to sit back and say, oh, no, we really don't, like we We don't say nothing about all these shootings when we shoot each other on the regular. That's just not true. That just get passed away.
That's not true.
Come on, man.
That is not true. This is what we talk about in the Black community all the time. The violence needs to go down. We're trying to find fixes with this. No one's just saying, hey, it's just part of the living in the hood. But that's what Charlie Kirkman was saying. They were okay with sacrificing people with our neighborhood for they can have their Second Amendment rights. And that's not what we're saying. We want less guns. But we have a group of people who will not do that. They will not do anything to help our neighborhoods to have less guns. Because if you make the gun laws in Chicago tough, people just go to Indiana and go get the guns and bring them back. So the problems.
Look how dangerous Chicago got. Excuse me for interrupting. Look how dangerous Chicago got when you got U.S. troops. And then let's quit ignoring all these red flags that we are displaying, man. Like right now, yes, is Black excellence still a thing? Yes. But there's nothing wrong saying that right now, as a collective group, as a society, right now, we a little bit a part of the problem.
No, man.
And it's time to take a look. And we are, and that's where we keep saying, no, it's not. No, it's like, how can we make that make sense? Like, it is a problem in the Black community.
Definitely.
And to sit back and just be like, oh, well, like getting funded ain't gonna solve that problem.
But the problem is this, brother. Funding will solve that problem. Better schools will solve our problems. Jobs will solve our problems. Just pointing at them and saying they're criminals will not solve the problem. And that's what people are saying. What are we doing to fix the issues? We have a lot of people that's doing a lot of bad things. How are we going to fix those things? But
let's explain these recent events that involve Black people. Like, okay, as a group that, like, yes, it is bad to look at all of us and judge us it's bad to judge anybody.
Right.
But right now, let's look at let's just be real and honest. Like now we trying like I just said about that subway.
Yeah.
Let's not downplay that. Okay, now yes, let's not look at Black people this, Black people that. Like when we hear about a school shooting, we assuming white. We hear about certain things and we all ready. We all okay. So so why all of a sudden do we get offended when we hear simple things like, oh, so you can sit back and say, oh, school shootings, we already know that's white, but you already labeling that as a white person, but it's a problem when we get labeled as Black.
No,
we display that. Displayed it.
If I see a gang shooting on TV, I already know 9 times out of 10 who it's going to be. There's no reason. I'm not trying to downplay the things that happen in our neighborhood, but I'm also not going to act like the whole neighborhood has to be accountable for the actions of a few people. The whole Black neighborhood are not gang members. They're living in neighborhoods where these few people are making it bad for everyone. And everyone has to take the accountability of these people who are throwing up gang signs and being gang members. And it has nothing to do with the person who lives next door who's trying to just go to work. And that's the thing, man. The Charlie Kirks of the world try to make it seem that we're all gang members, when most of us just want to go to work and live life and do what's right safely. But we have
but we done developed this victim mentality. And another thing is this the DI thing that they're talking about. A lot of that got taken away, so companies won't feel threatened that they're going to get sued or get labeled as being racist or prejudiced or anything like that. Because that when they took that away, that was heavily we were so quick to want to use that. We still do it to this day. Such because we Black. Such because we Black. We can say cracker, all this and all that, but like it's just we have developed this victim mentality, man, and it's so weak. And it's so weak because we are stronger than that.
You have a victim mentality, I guess, because I don't think our community has a victim mentality. I think some people do. I think some people have a victim mentality, but not all of us. Because I believe, and most people believe, we can do and get whatever we want. But there are some people who live their lives in last place because they've seen themselves in last place and they don't know how to get out of it. So they get in this mentality that I'm a loser because I don't have a choice or a chance. And that's a lot of the Black community sees that. And I don't think it's because people just want to be losers. I think because it's like having the Cubs mentality. They were losers for 100 years because they were losing all the time. Black people get into that mentality of losing all the time. And some people feel as though they can't get out of that mentality. They can't get out of this rut of losing. It's not that they are losers or they think they're victims. They just think they don't have another way to get out of it. And we understand it in sports. We get it. We understand that losing mentality can set in and you could be the Clippers forever. But when it comes to life, we don't get that.
Why is blaming other races and not getting funded? Ain't that a victim mentality?
Well, the people that run the funds, the people that put the laws in place, they're all white. And like I said with the last guy, when farmers need help and their businesses are going up again.
Cornerstone. They're the cornerstone of America.
Black people aren't the cornerstones of America. We don't matter.
We do need them too.
Right, exactly. And then you want to talk about
whoa. The last caller was also right, bro. You bring in a lot of emotion to a logical debate, and that's also part of the problem,
emotion, bro. This is something emotional.
Need to be put in the debate, bro. Emotion does not need to be put in the debate.
If you don't have emotions, what do you have?
And you're talking to a black man.
I didn't say you wasn't black. I didn't say you wasn't black.
I'm letting you know. Okay. Come on, bro. We was having logic until you brought this emotion. Now, I don't know if you're trying to rage bait.
I'm speaking my truth. That's all I'm doing.
Right.
That's all I'm doing.
How is okay? We all over the place right now. I really call this really, you using Charlie Kirk's death to even this is to go live right now, bro. This explains how powerful he is, and you're trying to say he was racist.
Well, he was racist.
To rage, but and you know,
I wish that all these black people that's calling my phone, riding for Charlie Kirk. What black person have you rode this hard for? What black person have you rode this hard for? Because you are riding hard for this dude.
So right is right and wrong is wrong. Like how is this not
like
about
right,
race? But you're making this about.
It feel like you're saying right is right.
Place, bro. And actually being able to say the tough things actually means you can love your community. Not lying to your community and saying everything is cool. That's actually saying you hate your community.
Just saying that your community is horrid and everybody is lazy is not being good about your community. I'm sorry, brother. If you want to big up your community, you're supposed to look at the things that are going well in the community and big up those things.
I'm on the line right now. Somebody
not just focus on the.
How do I love? No, you love yourself when you focus on the bad and you take accountability. Right now, we'll worry about getting all that, getting the funding, getting all that. That'll come if we start working on ourselves. And it starts right here with this conversation right here. Mm-hmm. And that's not yelling at each other, not trying to overtalk one another. And maybe both sides can learn and evaluate and maybe get an understanding. That's
I agree.
What's trying really to do is get an understanding. The man got shot and killed just trying to understand. We can right now respectfully disagree with one another. We still gonna go home at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. And that's I definitely didn't want that man to not go home. That's not something I wished on anyone.
Like, I know you don't believe that. So we can feel how the way we feel. The dude wasn't evil. So in all that, the dude, you can say how you feel. The dude was not evil.
He just pushed evil
black
narratives.
Man, any Mexican man, by telling us to step up. He may have said some comments that I didn't agree with, but I also looked at the underline, and that was basically him saying how much we have to step up, how much we are getting as a black community, how much we are getting out of control, how much we are trying to be in denial about it, bro. We are becoming. There's tons of videos out here, bro. There's tons of videos out here, bro.
Yeah.
There's tons of videos out here where it's other black people that's even said, man, hey, when I step out, I'm more worried about a black man.
White people get killed in their environment. Black people get killed in our environment. That's the way it works.
But
that's the way it works.
Disagree. We got to work.
I agree.
How you gonna say we got to improve? How you gonna say we got to improve? And also, that's just the way it works.
It is. That's the way it works. You kill who's around you. You don't go outside your environment and kill people. Most people who get killed, they get killed by somebody they know or who they look like. That's just the way it is. 85% of white people are killed by another white person. That's just the way it is, man. So, I mean, I'm not saying that our crime in our neighborhoods is a good thing. Also, we have to fix our neighborhoods, but we don't need the right using it as a crutch to balance their racism by trying to say, oh, I'm just trying to help their community when they've done nothing to help us ever. That's all I'm saying. But I thank you for calling, brother. I appreciate your conversation. You have a good rest. What was your name again?
Oh, my name is Stephen, man. Nice to meet you, brother.
For sure, brother. I'm Damon. I appreciate you. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, glad we got this talk, man. Hey, calm your people in the comments down talking shit, man.
Hey, they crazy, man. They crazy.
Now chill out. I love me. I love me for me.
For sure. Have a good one, man. All right, man. So it doesn't look like we're gonna get to anything today that we want to do. I've actually turned it off like 9 times. Thanks for calling, Habari. What's going on? They always hang up. I don't know the first time. Thanks for calling, Habari. What's up?
Hi, I just wanted to call because of the last guy and the stuff that he was saying.
Mm-hmm. Did you agree or disagree? Yes, you're live.
Oh, I completely disagree. I find it absurd to defend Charlie Kirk, especially because the money that he was funded with was genuinely made off of the backs of slaves. Yep. So the generational wealth that ended up feeding into a system that ended up resulting in acts of violence, January 6th, overthrowing the country. I don't know how you can say you love your country or anything and think that any of his rhetoric was appropriate or beneficial to our country. He didn't make comments. He's a talking head for a large part of the country that doesn't want anybody to have any wealth and share in the experience that they have. And I hate when people turn and look.
Oh, goodness. We lost her. Everybody's calling. I don't know why we lost her, but she's calling right back. I think so. Is that her? Hello?
Yo.
What's up?
What's up?
You live on the Habari?
Hey, Barry, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, brother.
Oh, man. Hey, people will die for a lack of knowledge, bro. See your last caller, bro. I don't know if you got people calling on this just to debate, but I just had to add something to the last caller, man. And for a lot of these coons out here, man. And when you work in that black community, man, and poverty-induced black communities, and you actually see the things and issues that's going on, and you meet people who up close and personal with them, but them people is not meeting kids and telling them that it's the white man's fault. That's okay? Right. Them people is not meeting kids and telling them that it's President Trump's fault, bro. The people is meeting kids, telling them to do better for themselves, telling them to love each other, telling them to be united. Let me tell you another thing, bro. I'm going to be 100 with you. I can't find it in myself, in my heart. I apologize. It's a flaw in me. As a 37-year-old black man, it's a flaw in me. I can't find it in my heart, okay, when people doing Trayvon Martin challenges, when people doing George Floyd challenges, when people signing bags of Skittles. You know what I'm talking about? No, I can't find it in my heart, bro, to find no empathy for him, bro. I can't find it in my heart to find no empathy for somebody who think my daddy, who served in this military, okay, for 20 years, was better off during slavery. I can't find it in my heart, bro. I can't find it in my heart to call somebody a man of God who's talking about when my daughter grow up and she face these people in the workforce, that she don't have the mental process of power,
right?
Okay, to earn a position like the rest of these white women.
Exactly.
I can't do it, brother. I'm sorry, Barry. It's my fault, bro. It's the flaw in me. Maybe I need to get down on my knees and pray because I can't do it, bro. I'm just being 110% with you.
Man.
Okay. It's, bruh.
We 100% agree with you here, brother. Because it was hard for me to come on and try to be empathetic when I know that the same person wouldn't have that same empathy for me. I know that. We all know that he wouldn't care about any position that we were in, just about by his rhetoric and the way he spoke about us. So yeah, man, it's hard for a lot of people to have the empathy that these conservatives are pushing for today, when they haven't showed any for Trayvon, for Michael Brown, none of these situations. So I 100% agree, man. It's tough right now.
It's tough, bro. But I mean, you know, I say, of course, it's against the law. Nobody should be killed like that on television. It was horrible. Definitely. You know, his kids gonna have to see that. Every black person I know say that, bro. Even the ones that's mad, okay, and the ones that follow him and actually know what he was talking about. They say that, bro, because that's just who we are, bro. We offer olive branches. Yep. We have never been terrorizing white people in this hellhole called North America. The same week they released the video of the Ukrainian girl, 3 black people got killed that week. 3 innocent black people got killed that week by white people. No national outrage. Where's the national outrage when the MAGA white boy went up in the Buffalo supermarket and was shooting old black people and he had the N-word on his site? Where is the outrage for the Hispanic women and children that was killed in the Walmart in El Paso, Texas? Man. No outrage. None. No, nothing. Couldn't they just make memes about it? Yep. Look, bro, I feel like I just want to tell people out there, man, be careful what you post because they're coming. Yep. And they always have, they're coming. Charlie Kirk had a list full of professors that him and Sean Ratchick from Little TikTok. They used to harass these professors. They used to dox them. They lived in constant fear. Okay, so watch what you say, watch what you post, and to be honest, man, just protect and defend, because a lot of these people don't want common ground. Okay, they never have wanted common ground, and this is really just an opportunity. You can see that how they reacted. You got a couple, like 1 or 2 Republican senators out there saying, tone it down a little bit. What the hell is you calling a bomb threat for on the HBCU? Right. The MAGA boy was a Mormon. He was a Mormon in Utah, in an all-red state, but you calling it a bomb threat on the HBCU. You got Sean Strickland on the USC. He talking about he can't wait. He hope it's a black person, so he can tear something up. Bro, come on, bro.
We need better leadership. Much better leadership. The right, that even everyone on the right and the left should be saying that this should be denounced. But we've had people on the right side talk about the radical left, and they're pushing for war. We got people talking about let's go get them. Let's go. Like, dog, this is amazing. And they're saying all this stuff, and we know this is the group that everybody is looking at because most of the crimes are coming from them, no matter how many times they point to everyone else. Facts, man. Facts. I don't know, bro. I find it so disheartening. I know people who have given their lives, given decades of their lives in our community to stopping poverty-induced violence. I don't like to say black-on-black crime. Poverty-induced violence. Okay? Because if you go to Russia, if you go to Poland, when you go to the poverty-stricken areas, that's where the most crime is at. So you got people, man, who've been trying to help black people who have been acknowledging and working hard, tirelessly for decades. And every single thing that they ask for in regard to policies, the only party to oppose it is Republicans. That's real. That's it. They're the only party to name me one policy that the Republicans have put forward on the table that benefit black people in the last 30 years. You can't do it. You can't do it, bro. No. That's all, man. That's all I'm going to say, man. That's all I'm going to say. Love your show, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming in. Shout your name out. What's your name? My name's Tevin, man. I'm from Michigan. All right, brother. I'm Damon. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate you. Thank you for having the show. Yeah, man. Brother called in with some good stuff. People are tired of listening to people down the heroes that are black, that are coming from the African American communities. They're down in those people while saying that we should respect their people that has spit nothing but hate. Now, I've seen a couple people like all the left, they keep calling us Nazis. But let me tell you something, man. I get so many racist comments from these people. The right has a lot of problems with racism. The things that they want to put in place, the things that you see from the Supreme Court the other day, they just made it okay to pull people over by their skin color. Now, I don't know, man. I understand that you guys don't want to be called Nazis. But man, a lot of y'all stuff that you're pushing for is pretty racial and crazy. If you have to think about what you're saying, man. We are trying to bring everyone together, and we got people who sitting. The only thing they can talk about is 1350. All the black people, look at them. We have a problem in this country with white men with guns going out and killing people. Now, I am so sick of hearing white men tell us what we should be doing when they can't figure out their problem that they're having. The white dude with the gun is a problem in America, man. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm trying to say, stop pointing the finger at us. Please do something about your own problems. You can't just sit there and act like your neighborhood is perfect when these things are going on. You have to do something about your problems that you're seeing right now. The school shootings are ridiculous, man. Yeah, the man stabbed the woman on the train. We best know that you guys are not going to let us live that down, that black man killed that white woman on that train. We know. You're never going to let us live it down. I understand. Every black person is accountable for what that man did on that train. Every one of us. I know. But are you held accountable for what the guy from Utah did the other day? Or maybe the school shooting. Are you held accountable for that? Are you going to fix what's going on with the school shootings that we keep having from these young white kids? Like I mean, dude, you can't push one way and then get mad when somebody else pushes back. You want to talk about black crime and black on black and 1530 and all this crap, 1550 and all this crap y'all be talking? You can't get mad when I spit your same stuff right back at you. This is what you want. This is what you want to hear. You want to talk about black people? Like, come on, man. This is all Mr. Kirk talked about. And that was ridiculous stuff, man. We're supposed to be helping each other, not dividing each other. What that dude did on that train was disgusting. Everybody that's black has stood against that. But what Elon Musk do? We're going to put murals of her up in each city. I'm paying $1 million. What? How many black people have you ignored dying from the hands of whites? And you haven't said a word, but this person, you're gonna do this. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy, man. And all the people that's being bombed in Ukraine right now, how many people are dying over there? They don't they don't care. They're pro-Russia, most of them. But somehow, this girl died by a hand of a deranged black man. All the black people, look what they did. The racism needs to stop, man. They're making this story a big deal because the guy was black. And that's terrible. That's terrible. Yeah, I agree. The judges were too lenient. He needed help. He should have been he should have been in jail or some type of place getting this man some help. He was diagnosed schizophrenic. And I agree. The justice system, they failed the girl and anybody else. Him, the woman, the man he had known mental issues. And a lot of people want to take that and run with it and put it on top of all black people. It's all our fault because they're all animals. And that's the stuff we're talking about, man. Mr. Kirk used black violence to up his news podcast. He used that to excuse gun violence for he can say it's okay that the Second Amendment is in America. That is the reason why he used black people so much. It's only happening in black people areas. So we should have guns because mass shootings aren't that bad because it's only happening with gang members, and that's fine. That was the dude's point. No one is agreeing with that, man. No one. The country does not address mental health like they did in it. I agree. I agree, man. They're not doing anything about mental health. We're just letting people go, and they just tell you. They just say to you, "Hey, well, we have to wait till he does something." His parents, they said out loud that this man is a problem. He needs some help. He has mental problems. They put in a restraining order on him. He has restraining orders. He was diagnosed schizophrenic. He was arrested 14 times. The system does nothing, man. The system does nothing. And who are we mad at? We mad at black people. Our system is garbage. The crime is way too much. We letting people get their hands on guns who should not have their hands on guns and weapons. I mean, we people need to start taking psyche valves before they're doing this stuff. 90% of shootings are. No, it's not. That's just a lie, man. Most shootings, dog, if you want to know the truth, are suicides. And who kills each other in suicide? Who kills themselves the most in suicides? Who is that? We know who kills themselves the most in suicides. So the white community likes to talk about everybody else, but when we talk about these things, the white community is also hurt by gun violence. It may not be the same way as in black communities, but you have problems with suicides. You have problems with mass shootings. You have problems with domestic situations. This whole country, man, we're all suffering from guns, and we're not doing anything. And it seems as though they just want to say, "Oh, well, as long as it's just black people killing each other, then why would we do anything about crime?" But now we've seen Charlie Kirk get killed by a white guy from Utah, Mormon. When is the day going to come that we're going to realize that these guns is not just a black issue? It's an American issue. Americans are being killed. But so many people are okay with this because they feel as though, it's black people. And as long as it's just black people, who cares? Now, Mikey, you talking about black people fathers this? Man, get out of here, man. Both kids that killed the other day had lovely parents and came from a lovely home. They had two parents and they both came from lovely homes, and they still went out and killed. So you can use all the black fathers. That's just crazy stuff. Robert Rizard, what are you talking about? You probably missed a day of news. The guy was caught. He's a Mormon coming from a Republican family. The Republican Party will only point the fingers at everyone else, and they will never take accountability for what's going on in their party. They were so fast to point the fingers at the left without even knowing who the person was. But when they find out it's another person from the right, again, what do? Well, let's pray for him. The kid, he just he was going through a crazy time. Maybe it's he has mental issues. Like, okay, so we're gonna start making excuses when the person is not what you thought it was. When you thought it was a purple head trans dude, you were okay. They were hollering, let's make sure we get the death penalty. So let's play this video, man, of what was going on. The neo-Nazis, when they found out that Kirk was dead, and someone drove through saying some bad disparaging thing about Kirk, and look what happened. Go ahead and run this video.
Back, white man, fight back! 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 White man, fight back!
these guys, neo-Nazi, Trump voters, like always. They are open neo-Nazis. Openly neo-Nazis have came out saying they're with Trump, and then they wonder why they're being called Nazis when groups of Nazis are out there hollering and screaming, saying things like Jews will not replace us. Trump saying it was good people on both sides when it comes to things like this. They have not denounced white supremacists, not one time. So I mean, these are the things that happens, man. Now let's play this video of a person getting beat up because they came through saying Charlie Kirk. They had some things to say about him. Go up there.
This guy's gonna get fucked so
Violence from the people who say that everybody else is violent, from the people who say that the free speech is a cool thing. They're fighting online to say the N-word. When someone says something against them, they want to fight. Now, I mean, it's crazy to see these people who have been fighting for years and years to say whatever they want to. They want to be able to say disparaging things about George Floyd and Trayvon Martin because they didn't care about them. They wanted to say things about everybody, but as soon as somebody say something about their so-called God, they're ready to fight and maim. So it seems like it's free speech for everyone except those on the right. That's what it seems like was going on, man. Now, I don't understand what's the reasons we have these things happening today. Now let's go to Nancy Mace, man, who immediately after Charlie Kirk comes out, she starts blaming the left. Watch this.
I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have called panicking. All the kids of every conservative in the country called panicking. Just because you speak your mind on an issue doesn't mean you get shot.
Then, by that logic, do Republicans own the shooting of the two Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota? Isn't this on both sides?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm asking.
We don't know what condition Charlie Kirk is in right now. Some raging leftist lunatic put a bullet through his neck, and you want to talk about Republicans right now? No.
No, I'm asking
not at all.
You said the Democrats have
this is on. Democrats own this.
But isn't there a problem with political violence across the spectrum?
Yeah, we're talking about Charlie Kirk right now. That's the subject of this that we're talking about right now. Democrats own this 100%.
Right, Democrats own it, but Republicans take no accountability for anything that's going on with them. When Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked with a hammer, the right laughed. They made jokes. Even Trump laughed. They laugh and making jokes. The governor in Minnesota, not the governor, the politicians in Minnesota, husband and wife and their dog, take them out. They laughing. They didn't lower the flags to half-staff. They didn't give a moment of silence in the House or the Senate. But Charlie Kirk gets all these things. They calling it assassination when he wasn't even part of government. The people in Minnesota, they didn't care about their lives at all. They are playing partisan games while people are dying. Partisan games while people are dying, man. They are pushing more evil, trying to push wars when you see how the right was already reacting. And here come Nancy Mace trying to push it even more. But then when the question is, hey, well, the people in Minnesota was killed by a Republican, do they hold responsibility? Oh, no, we're not talking about them. Right. The right is never, ever responsible for anything that happens on their side. But everything that happens on the left, the left owns this. What's going on? What's going on? Why do the left owns it and the people on the right, they have no responsibility for anything that goes on with their party? It's just disgusting what's going on, man. Scroll down on there on the video. I think it was one more I had. Oh, I can't think of the name of it. Oh yeah, play that Utah governor. Yeah, scroll down. There you go.
Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital OWO, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
This dude, the killer, he had issues. And then, the hate towards the gays always have to be there from the people from the right. It has to make sure you say something about gay people. It comes out that some of these things that the Utah governor was speaking of is something that was in the Groyper, whatever they doing online, some Groyper memes, some Groyper crazy stuff with Nick Fuentes, who we know is one of the biggest racists I've ever seen. I mean, the dude said black people didn't even have a will. Black people didn't have written language. Black people didn't have they didn't have 2-story homes. Like, all lies. Anybody who can read know that isn't true. But this is the things that Nick Fuentes is putting out there. Like, it's so many people from the right. It's just their whole platform is just hating black people. Like, the stuff is crazy. Now people are getting shot. People are getting killed. And the right is the people that have all this stuff going on. And what are they going to do about it? Nothing at all. They're pointing at everyone else. I want to show you something that ICE did this week, man. We had it says RFK resigned. Play that one for me.
Surveillance video from this morning shows 2 ICE agents conducting a vehicle stop. The agents surround the silver car. The driver reverses the vehicle. The officer on the passenger side can be seen pointing his weapon as the driver attempts to flee the scene. As the car drives away, the agent on the driver's side can no longer be seen in this video. In a different surveillance video, 2 gunshots can be heard as the vehicle drives away. In a statement, DHS said the driver, Silverio Villegas Gonzalez, struck one of the officers and dragged them as he drove away. That officer then fired his weapon, hitting Villegas Gonzalez. Social media video shows Villegas Gonzalez laying on the ground bleeding as agents appeared to provide immediate care.
We don't want our communities to be in this fear continuously.
The shooting sparked outrage among immigration advocates and local leaders.
It is wrong, it is unconstitutional, and it is straight up racism.
A DHS spokesperson said the ICE agent followed his training, used appropriate force, and properly enforced the law to protect the public and law enforcement. The officer sustained multiple injuries and is now in stable condition. Villegas Gonzalez was pronounced dead at the hospital. According to ICE, he entered the U.S. illegally and had a history of traffic violations. ICE presence in the community created tension between protesters and agents outside of a migrant processing center near Chicago. Earlier today, we were with ICE agents as they attempted to carry out arrest. They were led by Marcus Charles, the head of the agency's deportation branch.
How long can we expect the operation to last here in Chicago?
I'm not going to go into time. We're going to do what we need to do to get as many of these criminal illegal aliens off the streets and to protect the public.
Tensions are running high here over President Trump's escalating crackdown on illegal immigration. Internal data obtained by CBS News shows ICE this week surpassed 200,000 arrests since the president took office.
Camila Montoya Galvez, thank you.
Another disgusting week from ICE. I believe Trump owns this, man. And we've known of more people that are dying in the hands of ICE and the immigration. What's going on is really disgusting. We got these, you let these people loose, man, to discriminate, to look at people by color, speech. Now, the video says that, you can't see, they said it was a guy on the driver's side, but I don't see anybody getting drugged when that guy was driving. Now, supposedly he said he was drugged, but it's hard to see, but that's what they say. That's why they shot him. But man, we can't have ICE going around, man, just shooting up people, man. This is crazy, bro. And if you're okay with this stuff, man, and then you cry when the right call you Nazi and authoritarian, when the left says those things about you, you don't like it, but then you're clapping when people are shot in American streets. Like, come on, man. You can't clap for things like this and then think that you're going to be treated equally or respectfully. Straight up, man, y'all are crazy. You can't clap for things like this and be like, oh, well, why are you guys mad at me? That's somebody's family member. Remember what y'all was just saying about Charlie Kirk? Remember? But now y'all clapping that the dude got shot because he passed an imaginary line? Maybe he came. We don't even know why he came here. Y'all still clapping. Maybe the dude was almost close to getting his green card. Like, dog, who knows? Maybe he was somebody was trying to kill him. He was trying to get amnesty. We don't know. But look at y'all clapping for ICE. Okay, so you same people can't be mad when people was clapping that y'all boy was gone. Y'all are hypocrites, dog. And that's why people don't really have anything good to say about the right. Because they clap at stuff like this and then say, oh, our guy should be hired at a higher esteem. You should be clapping at our guy, mad, but then clap when another dude gets shot up. That is crazy. How are you going to clap for him and then act a fool for someone else? I don't understand it. Now play this next video, ICE humiliates. Look how they doing these people, Border Patrol. Look at this. This is what you people are clapping for. Washing these people off with a hose in the middle of the parking lot. Treating these people like straight animals, man. This is disgusting stuff, dude. They getting out of the back of a truck, handcuffed to each other. Like, I'm just... There's a lot of people clapping Keith Smith. A lot of people are clapping. Look at the comment section. Scroll up. Look at this. Disgusting, man. You can bring us back, man. Look at that shit, man. I mean, look how they treating people, man, just because they don't want these people in their country, G. They should be treated with dignity. Dignity, man. That was not dignified. That was disgusting. They're killing people in the middle of the streets. Pulling people over because they match the description or you're brown. Come on, man. Right, Aaron. But I bet you was one of those people who were crying for Kirk the other day. When everybody said the same thing about him, you had a problem about that, didn't you? You didn't like that, did you? But you want to come on here and call them animals. Like, dog, man, we got to stop it with the hate, man. You're not going to lead with hate and think you're going to get love back. Like, that's disgusting how they treated them people, man. Just because they have a imaginary line that they pass, that they're coming to America to try to get some help, man. And what are we doing? Shitting on them. Treating them like trash. That right there was humiliating, dehumanizing. That is the way our Border Patrol is acting. I don't want nothing to do with anything like that. And I don't understand anybody who could be clapping or saying hooray about anybody being treated like that, man, because they came to America. Sad, sad, sad times, man. Now we got farmers hurting right now, man. And you know, the farmers, they usually get bailed out. And right now they're asking Trump to help them out because they're going through a hard time. And you know, in America, when things are hard for you, you go to the government and you ask for a handout. And that's what the farmers are doing. But if this was black people or any other group that was asking for this help, you know how the right would be acting. But Donald Trump has killed the farmers. He's hurting them. He's taking them apart. Go ahead and play the video of the Arkansas farmers, man, and let's listen to them.
I've never been as worried as I am now about whether or not my kids and grandkids will be able to carry on.
He said, I love you, Mr. Trump. I need to see the fruit of your love.
5 of my customers have committed. That's how serious that this is.
And what it costs for us to farm is astronomical now.
I farm with paid-for equipment. All my tractors are 50 years old, and I can't hardly make this deal work. I think the tariffs are the ice cream on the cake of a perfect storm.
After a horrible year last year where most farmers in Arkansas Delta lost money, this year's going to be worse.
We made a decision to go out this year in the spring. So my son will not be the 7th generation on our farm.
We're going to lose 25 or 30% of the farmers in this country if they don't do something. It has to be done, and it's not just here; it's everywhere.
Yeah, man, they're hurting. These tariffs are tearing them apart. The trade war is hurting them because they depended on foreign entities buying their soybeans, buying their crops. And Trump is going through a trade war with people that we do business with. Canada has fled the U.S. Las Vegas is praying that they come back, begging them to come back. We are losing billions of dollars when it comes to tourism every day. I agree with you, though, Tyrone Biggums. It's crazy that they vote against themselves. We have people that knows what he did the first term to the farmers. He tore them apart. They had to bail the farmers out his first term. And then they go and vote for him again because they're not voting on what's best for them. They're voting on racism and hate. They get so caught up in all the cultural issues, they don't remember how bad it was when the tariffs came. So now you're about to go broke. A lot of people don't have sympathy for him because they break their neck to vote for this guy that they know is going to hurt them. We all trying to figure out how to make it in this world. And you have a person on stage telling you, I'm going to start a trade war and I'm going to put tariffs everywhere. And you're like, yay, knowing what tariffs are, it's a tax on us. So go ahead and play this video about the farmers and the soybeans that they were hoping the foreign entities would buy. Go ahead, run that.
Right now, we're in a very dire situation. September's upon us. Harvest is starting in the deep south, and we have 0 bushels of soybeans on the books to be sold to China for this current crop that's about to come out of the field. Historically, over the last 5 years, about 1/3 of soybean sales to China would be booked. China amounts to 25% of our total U.S. soybean crop. So that would be 8 or 9% of the whole U.S. crop would normally be on the books with China right now, and we have 0. That is alarming. The farm economy as a whole is struggling. Inflation has caused our cost of production to rise drastically on every front. Commodity prices, in particular soybeans, are down about 50% from where they were 3 years ago. And our numbers are deeply in the red. And we send this letter to President Trump because we've been talking for months about needing to have sales in place, a deal in place, a phase 2 type agreement that has purchase commitments along with a level playing field on trade with no tariffs. And we haven't had anything happen, unfortunately. And our appeal to President Trump and his administration is make soybeans a priority in any trade negotiations that are taking place. Soybeans are the #1 agriculture export to China. And in the last trade war, it was 71% of the losses that we had as American farmers. And they're critical.
Yeah, so if we look at, and we're going to divide, so I'll stay with grain and oilseeds because that's what I do day to day, but I just have to say one thing about livestock. For livestock folks, we're in good world for them right now. So I'd love to be able to have as good a world that they're having in GNO, but we just don't. And so there's just so many things, and it's really a supply story this year. When you think about across the globe, we haven't had a year where every country's almost in all 8 cylinders where we're getting full production. And that's where we are right now. It's also too a bit of a dichotomy in the US is that you've got we're building corn stocks, but the world is not. Or it's just the opposite in soybeans where the world's building soy stocks and we're not. And so it's a very weird world, but the fact is we just have so much supply in the world that's just going to keep prices, really on the defensive.
Y'all keep saying that the clip is old, but the guy was talking about the trade war from 2015, and he was talking about right now how that is affecting what happened a long time ago. So I don't know what y'all are talking about. It's obvious they're still having issues with the soybeans. This was first thing he did is make sure to break that with China, and China made sure not to buy any more soybeans from the farmers from America because he knew that was going to hurt them because it hurt us the first time, and they went right and did it again. We have to focus on more things than hate. These guys going to vote, they thinking about Mexicans, knowing that how many Mexicans work their fields. They don't care. They hate people. You hate the people who are sitting here working their ass off for your fucking farm. All right, if the clip is old, it's still relevant. You want to keep telling me it's old? It's relevant still because soybeans are an issue and the trade war is an issue. So regardless of what the dude is doing is hurting us. I heard him talk about the first administration, so it's crazy they keep trying to say that it's old when he said out of his mouth the first trade war with the soybeans hurt us, and that was Trump. Tore him up, tore the farms up. But Trump don't listen. He don't care. He just wants to do what he wants to do. He don't listen to the people who's trying to tell him what is going on the farms. Now, it's relevant today. The soybeans are still an issue. So if you want to act like it's not, when it is, the farmers are losing their butts right now. They're going to be thin, looking like men a little bit. Because they're losing everything. It's not bad information, man. The farmers are losing money. How many videos you have to watch to see it? You telling me to cry harder? It's the farmers that's crying. We're watching videos of them crying. Unless you're talking about the farmers and how they crying, because it's not about me. This is about them. But they voted for this. So, it's hard to have a lot of empathy for them when they voted for this mess. They wanted it like this. They begged to get it like this because they wanted Trump back in there. All of them thought that this is the best way for the community is to go for Trump. When we all know that's a lie. The worst thing you could ever do is put this dude in office. We've seen nothing but inflation going up, prices going up, jobs going down. And your first community that's hit, who? The black people. Black people unemployment has skyrocketed. Skyrocketed. I thought that the black jobs was I thought that you were going to save black jobs. No, you're not. We're getting murdered right now when it comes to the job market. First people that's getting fired, last people hired. And we sitting around talking like, when he said, oh no, Joe Biden was the definition of insanity. Man, get out of here, man. The president got cankles. The president can't even put his shoes on without his ankles spilling out of them. And you trying to talk about Joe Biden. This dude put on more makeup than Maybelline. He stay on some makeup. The dude got on more makeup than a model. He got makeup on his hands, makeup on his face, cankles swelling out. You want to talk about Biden? Like, hold your dude to the same accountability that you holding Joe Biden to. Because bro has said some crazy stuff. He's been saying crazy, just talking crazy, man. So, hey, you know, y'all was so evil to Biden about how old he was, but we got this dude now, and he's no better. He's old as I don't know what. Any day now, he'll be putting on some Depends, and he might already be in them. And y'all still want to talk about how old Biden was. This dude is no better, man. He has some cardiovascular issues, swelling. And we ain't never seen Biden with big ass cankles like that. We ain't never seen Biden with makeup all on his hand. Like y'all gotta stop acting like this dude is in tip-top shape. He's if he isn't 80, he's almost 80. That's old, regardless of what. You can try to play all you want to. The guy's old. And we're just sitting around acting like this dude he might not topple over any day. And we're gonna be left with JD Vance. Goodness. I mean, come on, man. He's still talking about running in 2028 like craziness. But we've covered a lot today, man. School shootings, selective outrage, hypocrisy, and the dangerous rhetoric surrounding the Charlie Kirk case. The lesson is simply violence is violence. It doesn't matter if it comes from the left, the right, or anywhere in between, man. We must condemn all violence, man, every single time. Because at the end of the day, we're not just talking about politics. We're talking about people's lives, man, people's families, the communities that we live in, the futures that we hold dear. And so many people are doing whatever they can to make sure that you don't see tomorrow. Now, I appreciate everybody, man, for coming through and talking with us today. Everybody that called, we had to stop the calls, man, because it was becoming too much. I couldn't get through the show, so we had to shut that down. But thanks for being here with us, man. Stay safe, please. Stay informed. Read, man. If you see something and you don't agree with it, go to another place. Get another, see another. If it's written somewhere else, always keep your eyes open, man. Don't just look at one opinion and take that as fact. Keep reading. See all the different angles of everything that's going on. And then pick what you're going to say about it. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to Habari Live. Your voice, your engagement, they keep these conversations alive. And we really, really respect you guys for coming and talking with us and sharing your thoughts and your comments. We'll close tonight with the words of James Baldwin. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. We can't change the world and how they feel, but we can always make ourselves better. We can always be better people than we were yesterday. Now, some people are not going to want to go the place you want to go and be a better place. Some people want to stay in the evil hut. But those people can't expect love to come out of that hate. They can't expect people to love them when they've been preaching nothing but hate the whole time. So we appreciate you, man. And we appreciate Tyrone Biggums. Right on, bro. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Stay safe. Peace out from Habari Entertainment. Damon Ellison. Peace out.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.